Hey everybody, how's your guys' Good Friday going? Hopefully going pretty good. So, the playoffs officially start tomorrow. I thought, let me try my darndest to predict the Stanley Cup playoffs for this year. So, we start out here in the Western Conference. Now, there we go. Gotta grab my little marker here because I got to try to figure out whoever wins each series and in how many games. So we start out in the Western Conference. We start out in the Central Division with the Central Division semifinal, the Winnipeg Jets against the number 2 wild card, or for seeding wise, the number 4 seeded St. Louis Blues. Now, this is going to be a pretty darn good series, I think. I think this is going to be a really, really good series. These two teams know each other very, very well. And this one, it's a hard series to predict. But I think ultimately I am going to have Winnipeg. I'm going to have the Winnipeg Jets moving on over the St. Louis Blues 4-2. I think that's going to be a darn good series, and I think St. Louis is going to give Winnipeg all they can handle, but I think Winnipeg, in the end, is just going to be a little bit too much for St. Louis. Moving to the 2-3 matchup, which is the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche. Now, Dallas is coming into this series not on a high note. They have really struggled down the stretch here. Can they turn it on come playoff time? Colorado, of course, they're getting Landeskog back. This, of course, is the matchup where Mikko Rantanen is playing his old team, and I think that could play a little factor here. Oh, this one's tough. I do think even though Dallas has come into the playoffs not on the highest note, come playoff time, I think they're going to turn it on. I think it's going to go all 7 games, but ultimately, I think Dallas is going to pull it off. So I have the Dallas Stars going to the division final against the Winnipeg Jets, and that should be an interesting series. Moving into the Pacific Division, their divisional semifinal, where the Minnesota Wild, the Central Division team, cross over to the Pacific Division because they are the number 1 wild card going against the Vegas Golden Knights. And where is that? Okay. This, to me, is the easiest series to predict. Unfortunately, because it is Minnesota, and Minnesota sports just, when it comes time for playoffs, they get to the playoffs and they die. I have Vegas winning this series in 5. I give the Wild 1 win. Could it potentially go more than that? Maybe, but there's no way Minnesota beats Vegas. Just no chance in hell. Moving on to the 2-3 matchup in the Pacific. This one is tough. This is the 4th year in a row that the Los Angeles Kings go head-to-head with the Edmonton Oilers. Now, the Oilers, they've beaten them 3 times. Edmonton has struggled. They've had injuries. Stuart Skinner, I mean, yeah, it's kind of a, you know, it's a crapshoot. But, and I know during the regular season, the season series don't mean anything during the playoffs, but LA really has found a way to play these guys. And I think this is going to go the distance also. But this time, I got the Kings getting even. The Kings finally steal a series over the Edmonton Oilers. So, the divisional finals in the Western Conference, I have the Winnipeg Jets playing the Dallas Stars, the Vegas Golden Knights against the Los Angeles Kings. We move over here to the East. And this one, oh, the Battle of Ontario. Oh, this matchup is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. The Ottawa Senators making their first trip back to the playoffs since 2017. They're playing their provincial rival, the Toronto Maple Leafs. This series is going to be a barn burner. I think this is going to be a fantastic series. And this is another one. It's kind of a tough series, but I'm gonna go. I'm going to go Leafs. I think the Leafs find a way to win the Battle of Ontario and move on to the second round. What would be the Atlantic Division Final. Yes, I have Toronto winning a round. My goodness. Now, will it surprise me if Ottawa maybe somehow pulls the upset? It won't shock me. It won't. It will not shock me if Ottawa pulls the upset. I think Toronto, I think is just, they're a hell of a team. So, yeah, I got Toronto winning in 6 over the Ottawa Senators. Now, we move to the Battle of Florida. Now, neither one of these teams are coming into the playoffs on a high note. Florida has really struggled lately. They've had injuries. Sam Bennett hopefully should be back. Brad Marchand should be back. Matthew Tkachuk should hopefully be back. We don't know how healthy he'll be, but the Battle of Florida is, it's a fantastic matchup. It always is a fantastic matchup. Of course, the Tampa Bay Lightning, they have Kucherov, they have Hedman, they have Point, they have Gensel, Vasilevsky in net. Of course, the Panthers have Bobrovsky. That's going to be a fantastic series. These guys played last year. This one, I think ultimately, I'm going to go the champs. I'm going to go the Florida Panthers. I think the Panthers find a way to win the Battle of Florida and to continue to defend their crown. Now, that's not the main reason why I'm wearing the Florida Panthers in this video. It says they are coming into this playoff. They are the reigning, defending Stanley Cup champions. That's why I'm wearing the Florida Panthers. So, yeah, I have the Panthers playing the Toronto Maple Leafs in the second round. Moving to the Metropolitan Division. Now, you want to talk about another team that really is... Washington has really struggled. And I don't know. I don't know about the Capitals right now. They played so well. Logan Thompson had played fantastic. The Capitals, fantastic season. But again, they're limping into the playoffs. The Montreal Canadiens, they're a team that there's no pressure on them. This is their first trip back to the playoffs since 2021. So there's not going to be any pressure here. The pressure is all on Washington. Washington has always seemed to struggle in the first round. But, and again, Montreal, I think Montreal is going to give it their all. They're going to give it everything they have. I think ultimately, I think the Capitals get it done. I think the Capitals find a way to beat the Montreal Canadiens. I think they do it in 6. And it's just... I mean, Montreal, again, no pressure. Will it shock me, though, if Montreal pulls the upset? I remember 2010 very well. So it won't shock me if Montreal pulls the upset here. But right now, just my gut feeling says the Washington Capitals. So now we move on to the Carolina Hurricanes and the New Jersey Devils, the Metropolitan 2-3 matchup. And the way the Devils are playing, the Devils are not playing well. They're not playing well right now. They have really limped into the playoffs. And honestly, I think this one, I don't really see this series going very far. I think the Carolina Hurricanes knock out the Dallas Stars, or knock out the New Jersey Devils. And I think they do it in 5 games. I mean, New Jersey has so many injuries. They're so beat up. And it just I don't see New Jersey being able to hang with Carolina ultimately. So we move on into the divisional final. We move over here back to the Central Division. We have the Winnipeg Jets against the Dallas Stars. Now, this series. This series is a tough one to predict. Winnipeg has played Dallas tough. Dallas has been to the Western Conference Final the last couple of years. Winnipeg having an absolutely fantastic year. And I think ultimately, I think the Jets do it. I think the Jets come out of the Central Division and play for the Western Conference title. I think the Jets will get to the conference final. And they do it in 6 games over Dallas. Moving down here to Vegas and LA. Now, Vegas is a wagon. Vegas is a wagon. LA has played well, but Vegas ultimately is just a machine to me. And so I think this series takes 6 games also. It's the Vegas Golden Knights. So the Western Conference Final, I have the Winnipeg Jets going toe-to-toe against the Vegas Golden Knights. That, to me, is this year's Western Conference Final. So we move over here to the East. Now, you have the reigning defending champions against the Toronto Maple Leafs, and that's going to be a tough series too. And of course, this all depends on health. It all depends on health. How healthy will the Florida Panthers be? I have ultimately in 6 games, I have the reigning defending champions moving on to the Eastern Conference Final to defend their crown. And I'm going to move this over a little bit here. There we go. So, yeah, I've got the Florida Panthers in the Eastern Conference Final. We move over here to the Metro Division Final, the Washington Capitals and the Carolina Hurricanes. Again, neither one of these teams are playing fantastic right now, but I did have them both winning their series, and oh boy. This one's tough. This one is not an easy one to pick here. Ultimately, I think it could come down to home ice advantage. And I think in 7 games, I think the Washington Capitals will move on to the Eastern Conference Final to play the Florida Panthers. So, we go to the Western Conference Final. Winnipeg and Vegas. Winnipeg is at a fantastic regular season. But when it comes to postseason, Vegas has owned them. I mean, owned them. So, this is one I want to be wrong on this one. I don't necessarily see it. In 6 games, I think Vegas goes to the Stanley Cup Final. So we have Vegas representing the Western Conference in the Stanley Cup Final. So the Vegas Golden Knights in the Western Conference Final. Now, the Eastern Conference. You have the reigning defending champion Florida Panthers against the Washington Capitals. Alexander Ovechkin, the Capitals, Logan Thompson. Again, can the Capitals turn it on at the right time? The Capitals have had a tremendous regular season. But you're playing against the reigning defending champions. That's another. This is another one that's tough because these two teams are both fantastic. Washington, Florida. Crazy thing is, this would be a rematch either way. This would either be a rematch of the 2018 Stanley Cup Final, which was Vegas, Washington, or a rematch of the 2023 Stanley Cup Final, which was Vegas and Florida. Oh my God. Oh. Gut instinct again. Pure gut instinct again. This goes 7. And I swear it's not because I'm wearing them. Florida. I think we get a rematch of the 2023 Stanley Cup Final. So apparently, before getting to the final matchup, all right. Get up there. Oh, kids! Holy cow! Kids, sometimes I swear, sometimes you want to punt them, but yeah. So we are back here. So the 2023 rematch of the Stanley Cup Final, the Vegas Golden Knights against the Florida Panthers. And I remember 2023 Vegas. I mean, they ran Florida completely out of the building. I mean, they owned them in every game. Florida came back the next year on a mission to avenge that loss. And like I said, I'm not doing this because I'm wearing Florida, but I'm wearing them because they were the defending champions coming in. And this time around, I think for the 6th year in a row, a team from Florida comes out of the Western Conference, and we have another team from Florida going back to back. I have the Florida Panthers repeating as Stanley Cup champions. And yeah. Now, obviously, this I could be way off here. I really could be way off here. But you know, it's interesting because, like I said, I could be way off here. Is that what I got there? Is that what I got there? Yeah. Oh, that's it. Okay. Yep. All right. Like I said, I could be way off the mark here. But it will not. It will not shock me if this is the final. And this is who I have winning it again. Something about the state of Florida and the Eastern Conference. So this is my bracket. This is who I think will. This is how I think it will turn out. Is there a good chance I will probably be wrong? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's no way I'm pulling this off again like I did last year, where I literally got every series with the exception of the Eastern Conference Final. And even if I would have picked that the way, and again, I didn't go with my gut on that one. I went with my head on that one. If I would have gone with my gut, I would have had a perfect bracket last year. I would have had every single series. The only one I got wrong was the Eastern Conference Final, which then meant I got the Stanley Cup Final wrong. But this season's not as easy. I mean, none of them are easy to predict, but it's just, you know, I want to be wrong about this one though. I really do. I'd like to see the Winnipeg Jets make a run. I mean a Cup Final run. I think that would be awesome. And honestly, I think a Winnipeg Jet Florida Panther matchup in the final would be fantastic. It would be fantastic. But you've got the Vegas Golden Knights here. And it's just, you know, let me know though. Let me know who you got in your bracket. What series do you think I'll get wrong? Do you think I'll get all of them wrong? I mean, that's entirely possible too, where I could get all of them wrong. So who knows? But let me know in the comments. Who do you guys have? Who do you guys have in each series? And who do you guys think is going to be the team that goes all the way and wins the Stanley Cup in the year of our Lord 2025? For this one, it's on video, so I'm committed to it. The Florida Panthers win back-to-back in 2025. And yeah. So, again, let me know in the comments. Let me know your opinions. Let me know who you have in each series. Let me know who ultimately you think will win the Stanley Cup. And let me know what series you guys think I'm going to get wrong. Like I said, it's possible I get them all wrong. Who knows? I got to think I'll probably get a couple right. But you never know. Again, let me know in the comments. Light up that comment section. Hit that like button. It definitely lets the algorithm know that you guys are interested. So smash that like button. Also, if you really enjoy the video and you enjoy all these videos, hit that subscribe button. That would be also fantastic. I would love you forever. Also, hit the little notification bell. That will notify you anytime future videos are uploaded. And yeah, also share the video. Share the video with everybody that you know. And if there's anybody that you know that loves hockey like I do or like you do, let them know about the channel, because I would love to have every hockey fan in the world. I would love to have you all here I would love to have all of you join me here on Larry's House of Hockey. And yeah, so here is my prediction for the 2025 Stanley Cup playoffs. Let me know who you guys have, and let me know what ones I might get right or wrong. So, like, comment, subscribe, share. I will see you guys later.